just went for a walk and it's very hot outside, so he's getting a drink. 2 days ago, I posted on Instagram a quick little excerpt of Lieutenant Kiji. Full disclosure, I have not practiced that in quite a while. I just felt like playing it, filmed it real quick, threw it up. And then when I went back to watch it, after I had posted it, I realized that was a really bad Kiji. And right away, I have huge tempo issues. But that reminded me of a very important practice habit that all of you practicing musicians should definitely have, and that is record yourself, watch/listen to yourself, assess what I should have done, which I'm going to do now for this video, play it, listen to it, figure out what I did wrong, and then try again. Your harshest critic is going to be yourself. Things like tempo control, tone quality, heights, dynamics, musicality, touch, all these things are really hard to read from your inner perspective. But once you see it from a third-party perspective, i.e. video, you can really start seeing your issues. Some of you may have noticed I'm not using a metronome right now, and that's intentional. It is always good to practice with a metronome, but right now I'm just trying to get some live performance captures of this excerpt, and it is okay to break away from the metronome to try to establish your own inner tempo and not play so robotic, okay? So there needs to be some human element to music with a metronome. Obviously, you want a metronome to establish those rhythmic accuracies, but right now, I'm purposely not using it just so I can fight for myself. I don't want to use the metronome too much as a crutch in this instance. But that's a huge asterisk. Like, as a student, definitely be practicing with a metronome. I often do. I'm just not for this video for those reasons. So already, that was my second attempt if you include my Instagram post, and already after watching that Instagram post that I realized I didn't really like, I reassessed, decided tempo control was a big issue, and so on this last recording, I really focused on that, and I was happy-ish with my tempo control. So one thing I'm noticing now that I didn't like about this recent video that you just watched was my drag consistency. Some of my 4-stroke roughs were nice and open, how I like them, and some of my 3-stroke roughs, regular drags off the left, were a little too closed. So on this next round, I'm going to try to get those consistent. Here we go. Alright, so now after my third attempt, I was happy with the tempo control and I was happy with my drag consistency. Of course, there's a million other things I could focus on, but again, I don't have very much practice time. So my point here in this video is that using technology, using recording audio or using video recordings to check yourself, to listen to yourself, can expedite your practicing tremendously. If you only have a few minutes a day, maybe some of you, you're working, you got a million things going on in classes, you just don't have enough time to work on everything you want to. So for that one thing that you're trying to put on the back burner, record yourself. If you're trying to get your scales up to snuff, but you don't want to spend 17 hours a day working on your scales, record yourself. You want to make sure you're getting the nuances of that excerpt, but you don't have 8 hours to spend like we all used to back in the day. Record yourself, okay? I played Kiji 3 times just now, maybe 4 or 5, and I recorded 3 of them, and on the last one, it was starting to sound a lot better. Now again, yeah, of course, it could sound even more better. Of course, it could sound way better if I put in a lot more practice time, but I don't have that time right now. I can't afford to sit and work Lieutenant Kiji for hours. I just don't have that time. I got to go do stuff. But since I could film myself, I was able to check for big red flags and fix them right away. And those red flags you can't always hear just in the moment. So please record yourself while you're practicing, especially if you don't have a lot of time at your disposal.